Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner Studio, and with me today is Steve Guizar. Steve is the pastor at the church at the Nazarene here in Front Royal, and they're located in the village. People still know where that is, I guess, right off of 11th and
11th and Monroe.
11th and Monroe, yeah. I can remember. Got a big fence around your area. You got a big playground there.
Yep,
It's
right on the corner.
Right on the corner. How long have you been there?
So the church has been there. Well, the church was built in 71, but the Church of the Nazarene bought it from the previous owners in 1996. I currently have been the pastor there since August of 2012.
Wow, you've
So
been there a long time.
10 years. Just finished 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Been there a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty good because a lot of times, they get rid of you after about a year when they don't like what you say.
I can appreciate that. Yeah, my dad always said that he'd made everybody happy at least once. Somebody showed up and somebody left. So.
A lot of things are going on at your
Yes,
church here. You got your big annual event coming up on Halloween. Why don't we talk about that first?
Excellent. Thank you very much for the time and the opportunity to do so. So on Halloween night, October 31st, we have our annual Trunk or Treat event, and it's become known as, or we become known as the church with the lights on.
Right.
So several years ago, probably, I don't think we did it my first year, but maybe the second year I was there, I introduced the idea, and some folks were like, I don't know if I really want to do that or not. Like, why is the church participating in Halloween?
Right.
And so we had 3 cars that we decorated and gave out some hot dogs and hot chocolate. Well, we ran out of those really, really quick. And so the following year got a little bit more traction, and a place I used to work allowed us to use their light generator tower. So we put that light generator tower up. And so now, fast forward, we have over 1,100 people that come through our campus that night. We give away hot dogs, about 500 hot dogs we give away typically. Hot chocolate depends on the temperature, really, of what it is outside. But it could be up to 15 gallons of hot chocolate that we'll give out. And, of course, lots of candy and smiles. And we even have an opportunity for folks to hear the gospel when they come through. Okay. And so somebody there was saying, they called, we heard them, they were calling one of their family members and said, hey, you need to come down to the trunk or treat at the church. And they said, well, what church? They said, it's the church with the lights on. And so on Halloween night,
so you're light to the world, right?
Yeah. So some folks say, well, that's the devil's day. Well, it's not. The scripture says that this is the day the Lord's made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. So we want to shine the light of hope of Jesus into the community. So that happens, and it starts at 6 o'clock, and it goes until 8, and it's free. It's for everybody, and we would love to have you come and visit us. The only way we've ever changed the date was if the weather's going to be really, really poor. But otherwise, it's always October 31st. So that's coming up then.
That's just like, it's quick.
It's a week from today.
A week. I was going to say a week from today.
Yeah.
All our town Halloween events are on Saturday. It seems like we're having our hometown Halloween downtown.
Yeah.
And there's something going on the 28th, the 29th, the 30th, the 31st. There's a lot of tricks going. I mean, treats.
There is.
Treats.
There is.
And that's great. It shows you the community. Kind of the days of just walking up and down the street. We have very limited of that. I've noticed the last few years we don't. It seems like every street's uphill, so kids don't want to do that anymore.
Sure.
But there's so many other avenues for it, and I think kids really enjoy. I think adults do enjoy it more.
They do, and one of the things we found even with that is you talked about our fence being around our playground area that's there. So we have. It reminds me of like the midway at a fair.
Sure.
Right? When you would come in and just kind of go through the midway and come out. So you would go in one side and you'd be able to come out the other gate. We got folks that are there to guard those things. But parents have found that they can keep an eye on their children and give them a little bit of freedom to be able to go through.
Sure, they feel safe because they know they're not going to walk off.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so we're grateful for that.
Yeah, well, you're in a great location because a lot of kids live down in the village.
Yes, sir.
It's a good starter, a lot of starter homes down there. A lot of families get down in there. And it's about the only affordable area. It had been known for that, I guess, over the years. And the working families that came from Avtex kind of settled there. And
correct.
I know a lot of retirees down in. I mean, it's a good melting pot down in the village. I think you have a good.
It is.
It's a great place. So what else you got going on? I mean, that's your big event.
That's our big event. And then
when
I was talking to you, it's like, hey, we got some other things that are coming up here in the fall. So November 19th, we're having a craft show at our church, and you're welcome to come. Right now we have over 20 different vendors that are going to come, and the Christmas season is fast approaching.
Sure.
And so you might need some gift ideas, and we have those available for you there. There'll be homemade crafts available. There's homemade baked goods that are going to be available for you to purchase there.
That's always a treat.
Absolutely. Yeah, always a treat. That's nice. That's why I go. Tupperware, Scentsy, Color Street is going to be, those vendors are going to be there. But there's 20 different ones. We got room for about 4 more. Mm-hmm. And here's how this ties together. Anything that we do, we want it to be a mission focused, okay, mm-hmm. to share the hope and the light and invest into the people we're asked to care for. So the vendors have been asked to pay $15 for their table, and that $15 goes to support our children's ministry that we have for Bible quizzing. And in the Church of the Nazarene, every 4 years, we're a global church, we're in 164 sure. world areas. So every 4 years, there's what's called a General Assembly or a world quiz. So folks who are in this quizzing from first grade to sixth grade, we study the scriptures. It rotates each year. It could be on the book of Genesis, Exodus, 1st and 2nd Samuel, the book of Acts, and we do quizzing in the state of Virginia throughout the year, but every 4 years, the whole world comes together. And so there you are, and we fulfill the mandate that future generations will know about the Lord, not just later, but right now. And we have some students that we believe that will go to World Quiz, and we want to help get them there. That's going to be in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Kind of like the spelling bee, they come from all over, Yeah.
It is. And it keeps me on my toes.
Yeah. I know. You remember that TV show? Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Oh, no.
And the same way, here you've been preaching for how many years, and all of a sudden a quiz. Where's that at? I got one for you. Where's God from?
Right.
He's from Tenham. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
That's why. Where's God from? Well, he's from Tenham. People, where's that at?
Yeah,
I don't know, but no one knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of those quiz questions.
It is.
That you start getting to a philosophical discussion. I said, no, he's from Tenham.
Yeah,
absolutely. People look that up and they'll say, what are you talking about?
For sure.
Look it up.
So that's happening on November 19th, and it will go from 10 o'clock until 10 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, 1107 Monroe Avenue is our address.
Right.
Right at the corner of 11th and Monroe here in the village. And so there's also going to be door prizes that's given out there. The vendors, not only do they give the $15, but they're giving one item from their display mm-hmm. as a door prize.
Okay.
So anybody that comes will have the opportunity to get something,
sure,
even if they don't purchase something. But we want you to purchase something.
Well, sure.
So that's going on. And then Christmas is fast approaching.
Before you know it.
It is, right. And so there's the season of Advent, the anticipation of the arrival of the one we've been longing to meet, the Lord Jesus. And so we have one of our traditional or most frequented services. It's really a special moment, is Christmas Eve. So that'll happen on Christmas Eve, December 24th, and it starts at 6 o'clock. And we will have communion and candlelight, and everyone's welcome to come to be part of that. And we also have, we're going to have service on Christmas Day, which is a Sunday this year. And it's interesting, the phone calls you'll get or the conversations. People say, are we having church on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
I said, do we have church on Easter? Yeah. So yes, we will. But it is
Sunday.
It is every Sunday, Lord willing. But it's a really neat family day where we tell the story of Christmas together. And so that's what's coming up throughout the year. But we want to make sure the community knows about it. And I appreciate your opportunity to let them know.
Yep.
And if I may, one last component. Some folks will say, well, what is the Church of the Nazarene? Like, what do they believe? And it really boils down to two things. We are a church who believes in Jesus. And we believe that he is the one. And he's the one who can bring heaven to us here on earth and redeem us, and is interceding for each and every single one of us. He is the hope that we have. But it's also comes from where we get our name from is in the Gospel of Jesus, seen in John chapter 1. There is Philip goes and finds Nathanael, and he tells Nathanael, "We found him. We have found the one we've been looking for, the one that Moses and everybody else has been talking about. And he's Jesus, Joseph's son, the carpenter's son,
Mm-hmm.
and he's from Nazareth." And then Nathanael comes back and says, "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" Right?
Because I remember that, yes.
Right. And so that's kind of how the Lord inspired our name. We are a church who believes in Jesus, but we are also a church for folks who think that nothing good could have ever come from them or from their circumstances or from life. And we invite you to come and see that there is something good that can come out of all of that because of the investment of the Lord. So that's who we are. Yeah. And I appreciate you letting me share.
Well, Steve,
that.
I appreciate you coming in, sharing these events with us from your church, and it'd be great. 31st, the 19th of November, and
Yes, sir.
in the Christmas time, all sorts of things happening at the Church of the Nazarene.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks again, Steve.
Hey, thanks so much for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank
All
you.
right. Hey, blessings to you.